Judy. That was difficult, but this is the really hard part. I'm speaking for all the people who work on this morning. In fact, I'm speaking for the whole nation. We love you. We're going to miss you so much. I'm getting all emotional now. And we want to wish you every best happiness, fondest wish for your future. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you a tribute to the wonderful Richard and Judy.
A very warm good morning to you. Welcome to Liverpool's Albert Dock. My name is Richard Madeley, and this is my wife, Judy Finnegan.
Hello.
One more time.
I love Richard and Judy.
I love everything about you.
Leave my wife alone, sir.
Is that tie actually a choice of yours? At least if you spill food on it, no one can tell.
Dean Pitney, who obviously makes a habit of freezing for his art, singing for you his latest hit, You're the Reason. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All day long, in my thoughts you're beside me. Close my eyes.
You know what's going on? Please tell us.
I have no idea.
One more time.
You don't have a taste of this? Oh, you'll love it. It's really good. Huh? Good, eh? Oh. Very nice, Brian.
One more time. We're gonna celebrate. Oh,
You wanna be my lover? You have got to give. You're the posh one.
My mum's really pleased that they're saying that, but I don't think I am.
She's
really.
posh compared to the rest of us.
Yeah.
I think that stilettos look really nice.
It's all right for you. You look terrific, Judy. I look like something out of the Rocky Horror Show.
Don't! You look really lovely, honestly. You look really nice.
Oh, morning, morning, morning. Yes.
I think there's only one word for a man like that.
It's very peculiar. What does it take to murder someone you love?
oh yeah, all right. Don't stop the dancing.
It's Viagra Day.
Those pills have gone down and we'll see what comes up.
Don't stop the dancing.
This is your life.
And we could have a problem here. And how am I going to cope with this? Right, quite expected. Over to the southern part of Britain, I better end this quickly. Again, plenty of sunshine. I'll say bye-bye.
I'm glad you've brought testicle, I can't even say it, I'm so embarrassed, into the kind of arena of chat.
We had to go there.
Yeah. And people used to say, you know, Richard and Judy, what a load. And
Yeah, and now.
My name is Michael Portillo.
One more time.
His butt was fine.
Will you be popping up at the... Oh, I shouldn't say that at the award ceremony. I'm sorry, that was tactless.
Richard, how can you let her just sit there like that?
It's too early to be drinking.
We're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, all right. Don't stop the dancing.
Oh, Chichonia.
I like to think, the nice thing about it is,
Oh,
but I think there may be some of you out there who may be listening to what I'm saying. Nobody here is.
Thank you. Oh, didn't it? Thanks.
Don't worry, Joseph, you man.
I think I'm going to have to go and give Mary a cuddle.
Yeah, I think you should.
Come on, oh, you poor little chicken. Come on, you come and sit with me.
What does the script name you as Duckface? I could never get to the bottom of that.
She might have originally been called Face, and they changed it to
Oh, no, I think that might have been...
One more time.
But what Denise does, she rings me up and she says, I've got this problem letter. It's maybe a 30-year-old bedwetter or something. And we have a damn good laugh about it.
I never knew that.
One more time.
Is it OK if I, Ali, does the show with you today?
What, looking like that? I'm afraid not.
Is it because I's black?
We're gonna celebrate.
To the viewers, thank you very much for your
To
support.
all of you, thank you very much
Fantastic.
indeed for
Cheers.
watching.
One more time.
Thank you. Have a glass of champagne. Do you want to go first? Do you want to go first? All right.
Thank you very, very much indeed. Are you all
Thank you to the team. Come on, team. Come on in. Thank you.
Come on in. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'll just say something to the viewers here from everybody here, and from me and Judy. So many times people have said, you know, how come this extraordinary thing that shouldn't fly, you know, this weird show has been on the air for 13 years and people still watch it. I'm thinking on my feet here, but it is, in the words of the guy who helped launch the show, a guy called David Liderman, the best programmes and the ones that people love most are those which they believe truly are theirs. And I seem to remember that one of the first things that we said in Liverpool in 1988 to the audience was, about halfway through, we said, by the way, this isn't our show, this is your show. It really is, it's yours. And it's something we've always kept at the forefront of our minds, and everybody here has understood, and that's why it's such a happy family, because although we have fun here and we get on and we have a marvellous time, and it's been a marvellous 13 years for everyone who's been involved in it, we've always remembered that actually it's yours, it belongs to you. And I think that's why, on the whole, we've had our moments, but we've got on.
And the greatest aspect of it, Traz, the thing we love more than anything else is the phone-ins that we all do.
Yeah.
And the way that you all talk to us now as if you know us.
Yeah.
And that is such a privilege, and it's so fantastic.
Yes.
And you've been a fantastic audience, and we've loved you all very much, and we're going to miss you like hell. But still, the show goes on.
Absolutely.
And all this lot will still be here, and oh God, someone bail me out of this.
Well, let's have a toast, Richard
All
and
right. We'll have a toast this morning.
And here's...
To this morning.
To this morning. To this
And to
morning.
you.
And to the team. Cheers. And one more. One more, and we all need to join in on this, because this is the most important one. To the viewers. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for watching us all this time. Are we nearly finished?
Yes, it's on the outro
We
now.
are. We've got to go, I'm afraid. That's it for today. Indeed, finally from us. Tomorrow, John Leslie is joined by Kay Adams for the climax of our giveaway house competition. The whole show's coming live from the house. There are finalists setting off right now for Bromsgrove. Tomorrow, one of them will be the proud owner of that £186,000 house.
Denise, Carl, Phil, John, Scott and Lorne will be there too, but this is it. We've reached the finishing tape, and we are saying goodbye to you. Thank you to everybody for everything, and as they say, we'll see you around. Bye-bye.
Stay with ITV, the main marching day of the year in Northern Ireland, and it began with violence. We'll have the latest. Also, why the Queen got the green carpet treatment this morning in Guernsey. The news in a couple of minutes.
I want to find out about a new career.
Start learning again.
I need some help with computers.
I want to learn away from distractions. This morning, in association with Learn Direct, making life more rewarding.
It's TV's biggest night of the year, and you decide who the winning stars will be. Voting for the National Television Awards is now open. So make sure you have your say. Pick up a form at any post office and you can win a state-of-the-art widescreen digital television. Or send a stamped addressed envelope to the National Television Awards, P.O. Box 4131, London W1A 6UQ. It's your choice, your vote, your awards.
At B&Q, we're having a £30 million clearance. There's 20% off selected power tools, like this Quinn tool, chisel, drill, jigsaw, sander and grinder, all in one. It was £59.98. Now it's down to £44.97.
All this Black & Decker drill, now it's only £21.57.
Hurry, they won't be around for long. You can do it when you're B&Q it.
Apache. Comanche, Cherokee. Whatever tribe your braves belong to, protect them with new Nivea Children's Sunspray. Rub in the colour, rub on the protection. New Nivea Children's Sunspray. Because Kodak Ultra Zoom film is designed especially for zoom cameras, you won't miss the moment.
If you take evening primrose oil, the choice of products is bewildering. If you want only the purest cold-pressed oil, the choice becomes easier. And if you want to buy direct at tax-free low prices, it's easier still. But if you want the purest oil at low prices in a gelatin-free vegetarian capsule, there's only one choice. Healthspan. 360 capsules for just $7.95, delivered direct, postage-free. Call Healthspan now on free phone 0800 037 0800.
New organics with essential oils for my hair's better than your hair. New organics with essential oils gives great hair.
We all know what happens with too many treats. At up to 98% fat-free, new Pedigree Light and Tasty means you can treat your dog and care for his health as you care for your own. Pedigree, for health you can see every day of his life.
In our £30 million clearance, there's at least 20% off many power tools. This 12-volt drill with 2 batteries is now only $39.98. You can do it when you're being QS.
It's the biggest British sporting event of the summer.
The British Grand Prix is one of the oldest of the Formula One events. It's going to get better.
The hope of the country lies with one man.
There's Coulthard. This is David Coulthard.
David Coulthard wants yet another podium.
With national pride at stake, can Coulthard erase the memory of France?
We believe there's a 10-second stop-and-go penalty.
And make it 3 British Grand Prix wins in a row. The British Grand Prix, live and exclusive, this weekend on ITV.
Aspinall's Animals is in half an hour after the lunchtime news. It's 12:30.
Violence in Northern Ireland on marching's big day. Blow for Portillo as Tories vote again for a leader. Archer's personal tragedy at his Old Bailey trial. And as familiar as morning coffee, but Richard and Judy bow out.
From ITN, the ITV Lunchtime News with John Suchet.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the programme. Later, news from your area. First, police in Northern Ireland are bracing themselves for more trouble this lunchtime as thousands of Orange men march in today's traditional July the 12th parades. Last night, officers were bombarded with petrol bombs and missiles, and 21 people were injured in Portadown as bonfire celebrations turned to rioting. Neil Connery reports.
Overnight on the streets of Portadown, and the security forces came under attack from loyalists. After the traditional 11th night bonfires, the army and RUC became the target of loyalist frustration. Petrol bombs were thrown and 2 blast bombs were used. This was the worst violence seen here this week. The security forces used water cannon to push back the protesters. Orange leaders have criticised last night's policing as heavy-handed, but the security forces say they had to respond to a difficult situation. In Belfast, members of the Ulster Volunteer Force, whose political wing pulled out of peace talks this week, put on a show of strength. The traditional July 12th celebrations got underway this morning. The vast majority of marches pass off without incident. But in the Ardoyne district of Belfast, sectarian tensions were never far away. A short time ago, another contentious parade reached the spot where the security forces erected a barrier to enforce a ban. Neil Connery, ITN, Belfast.
And our Ireland correspondent is on the outskirts of Belfast where the Orange men are assembling. Mark, what exactly is happening there now?
Well, as I think you can see, the Orange men have just reached here. It's going to turn off into a field where there'll be a day of partying, speeches, music, and in any society less divided than this one, it would simply be a day for celebration. The fact is that what they're celebrating here on July the 12th is the victory in 1690, the Battle of Boyne, of a Protestant king over a Catholic one. So like so many things here, this is not a day that brings the two communities together, but emphasises the divisions between them.
And the violence that we saw of last night, Mark, how bad was it?
Well, by Northern Ireland standards, it was actually relatively limited. There was very little violence in Belfast itself. Frequently there are riots here as well. Nonetheless, at a time when the political process itself is in deep crisis, where the peace process could start to fragment, there are obviously right across Northern Ireland many people who fear that the sort of violence scenes we witnessed last night could become more widespread. That's why tomorrow's talks in the English countryside aimed at shoring up the peace process are so crucial.
OK, thank you, Mark. Michael Portillo had some unwelcome reading over his breakfast table this morning, a newspaper poll which showed the majority of Conservative constituency chairmen didn't want him as party leader. He'll know tonight how well he's done, as will the other four candidates. The voting starts in under half an hour. Joe Andrews reports.
Same time, same place, same candidates, but this time the entire Tory party is fervently hoping for a different result.
You're going to ask me to speculate. I'm not going to speculate about anything. I'm very happy to be where I am, and I just want to carry on making sure that our message is a positive one. That's the key.
And as the others too left home this morning, their campaign teams have been doing some final lobbying to try to shore up their votes and persuade others to change their minds. All five know that today at least one of them will be dropped from this race, and if there's another dead heat, then it could be two of them.
I surprised you all on Tuesday. I think I'm going to surprise you again today.
The ballot boxes will be set up here in Committee Room 14 at the Commons, and voting opens at 1 o'clock. Many of the MPs themselves seem to be as uncertain as the rest of us about how things will change.
Who knows? It's a very strange election, because this particular election we're voting for who drops out rather than who wins.
With luck, the Tory party will probably get their leadership contest properly underway this afternoon. But there's still a long way to go. There are likely to be at least a couple more ballots, and the membership probably won't make their choice until late September. Joe Andrews, ITN, Westminster.
And we go to our political editor now. John, what about that unwelcome reading for Michael Portillo this morning?
Well, very unwelcome. The Daily Mail couldn't have been more emphatic in its headline. It's a survey of about half the Constituency Association chairman, with a clear majority, not liking Michael Portillo. But I think it's the way that it's phrased, really, that you've got to take into account. They're suggesting that he's in favour of legalising cannabis. Well, he's not said that. He wants a review of legalising cannabis. So I think the significance of this is the treatment, really, that the Mail are giving to this story. It shows that here's an important Conservative newspaper, but hoping to stop the Portillo bandwagon.
Well, now, as Joe Andrews said, the whole party is hoping for a different result today from what it was last time round. Do you think it'll be that different?
There will be some differences. I've certainly talked to MPs who are going to change their vote. The thing to bear in mind is that it's a combination of MPs who want certain things to happen, maybe giving a boost to Michael Portillo, or maybe being against Michael Portillo. So it's for and against. But on the other hand, many of them will feel honour bound to stick to the vote that they had on Tuesday. So not much change, perhaps, in this round.
Thank you very much, John. The jury at the Jeffrey Archer trial has been told that his mother, Lola, has died. Lord Archer was back at the Old Bailey with his wife, Mary, this morning after being allowed to leave court at lunchtime yesterday. He was told then his mother was dying and the judge said he could leave. Harry Smith was in court this morning. Harry, what did the judge say this morning?
Well, when the jury filed in, Mr. Justice Potts told them that he could now explain Lord Archer's absence yesterday afternoon. He said he was doing this because it was a matter which was bound to be made public, given the public interest in this case. He said that sadly Lord Archer's mother had died. He said she was aged around 88, And it was at that point that Mary Archer, who was sitting at the back of the court, shouted out she was 87. Lady Archer was dressed in a sombre black suit. Lord Archer was wearing a black tie as he sat in the dock. The judge then told the jury that I hope that we would agree that ordinary civilised decency prevail, and everybody must, through me, express sympathy with Lord Archer because of his situation. And he said he could see one or two of the members of the jury nodding in agreement.
Could this have an effect on the case?
Well,
Harry?
Mr. Justice Potts has made it clear that he thinks it should not have any effect on the case. After expressing his sympathy, he told the jury, it is of course of crucial importance that your task must not be diverted in any way from the course we all embarked on together at the beginning of this trial. Your task is to reach a verdict on the evidence. He's already told them that he hopes to send them out to consider their verdict tomorrow.
Right, thank you, Harry. Scientists in America are at the centre of a furious row over using human embryos for medical research. The embryos were created specially by a clinic in Virginia to produce stem cells. Researchers hope they'll be able to treat serious diseases like Parkinson's with the cells, which can develop into any part of the body. But the stiff opposition from pro-life groups. Sue Saville reports.
For the first time in the United States, embryos have been created specifically to harvest stem cells for research, rather than taking them from embryos left over from fertility treatment. It's raised an ethical debate, with President Bush poised to decide whether to commit government funding to the research. Objectors here raise the same points.
No human being should be deliberately consumed in experiments to benefit other human beings. All human beings, at whatever stage of their lives, should be respected.
In Britain, the issue was debated last year, resulting in Parliament allowing the creation of embryos up to 14 days old for medical research. The argument was won by the tight controls and potential benefits.
We have strong regulations, so we know we can control the research tightly, and that's very important. The second thing is that in this country, the Parkinson's Disease Society and our members, and other people too, campaigned to influence MPs and peers before the vote and told them what it meant to them, the importance of this and the real hope.
While Americans thrash out the ethical issues, Britain is poised to see a judicial review of the decision here to allow the creation of embryos for stem cell research. Sue Saville, ITN.
The Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh have arrived in the Channel Islands at the start of a two-day visit and got the green carpet treatment. Instead of the usual red one when they arrived in Guernsey, the Queen had to walk across a disinfected mat to be sure there was no chance of spreading foot and mouth. There was a warm welcome from thousands of school children given the day off to meet her. Our royal correspondent is in Guernsey. Libby, I understand another difference today. She'll having to be checked in for the night tonight for the first time. What's behind that?
Yes, John, on previous visits here, the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh would have been sailing into the harbour here at St Peter Port aboard the Royal Yacht Britannia. But since the yacht's been decommissioned, that's no longer an option that's available to them. So for tonight, for the first time, they'll be staying here as guests of the Lieutenant Governor in Government House. It's an island with just 60,000 people, so it's considered a matter of some pride that the Queen and the Duke will be staying overnight, and of course a bit of a boost for the local tourist industry too.
Which no doubt will make them pretty welcome there, I'd have thought.
Yes, thousands have turned out to greet her wherever she's gone this morning. Perhaps not that surprising since it's a public holiday, schools and offices are closed and children have been given the day off to come and see the Queen. But having said that, the islands are fiercely loyal to the Queen. We're not very far from France here, but you won't find many Republicans on the Channel Islands. And for her part, the Queen takes her role as head of state here very seriously. She's going to two of the smaller islands this afternoon, Alderney and Sark.
Right, thank you very much, Libby. We're taking a break now, but there's more to come on the lunchtime news, including what was Veron doing in Beckham's shirt? And farewell from Richard and Judy to ITV. Those stories and news from your area when we come back.
In the last millennium, when we felt hot, we did this, or that, or ooh. Now scientists came up with a heaven-sent answer, Magicool, the world's first cooling spray. It delivers fine cool spray even if left to stand in heat and instantly cools the body and face. In sunbathed cars, it cools you and the air around you, or when it's too hot to sleep. Whenever you feel hot, don't rush to the pool. Think Magicool. A cool sensation anytime.
If someone told you you could save £25,000 on your mortgage, you'd think that was a good idea, wouldn't you?
Well, you can. And like all good ideas, it's brilliantly simple. You just free phone 0800 051 0000 and switch to a direct line flexible mortgage. Choosing to pay, say, £95 a month more on a £70,000 mortgage, you can pay it off 8 years early and save £25,000 in interest alone. Like the idea? Well, how about this then? Direct Line refund your valuation costs, and if you're simply switching lenders, they'll pay the legal fees too. There isn't a single form to fill in. You can do it just by picking up the phone. So, whether you're moving house or just moving your mortgage, take the Direct Line to a flexible mortgage now. Free phone 0800 051 0000. That's 0800 051 0000.
Good evening.
Where have you been?
Sorry. Went for a number 2.
Number 2? Number 2! Yes! 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 Oh, number 2! Yeah. Oh, yes! Number 2! Oh!
With more than £1 million won on the national game every week, no wonder brings bingo in mad.
Achieving the best possible results takes effort. So when it came to reducing my cholesterol level, I thought I'd have a hard time doing it. That's why I was so impressed when I was asked to try Flora Proactive. It was a doddle. Flora Proactive reduced my LDL cholesterol by 15%. Now that's what I call a result. In fact, I'm feeling so good, I just might.
Can a detergent really make ironing easy? New Bold can. New Bold, bulging with easy iron conditioner, so you'll steam through the ironing. Give Hearts a helping hand. For every token you send us from boxes of shredded wheat, we'll give £1 to the British Heart Foundation. So as well as helping yourself to the whole grain goodness of shredded wheat, you can help others too. The Shredded Wheat Helping Hearts campaign, helping the British Heart Foundation.
Leon Perrins for the ultimate cheese on toast.
Welcome back to the ITV Lunchtime News. The headline, police in Northern Ireland are braced for more trouble as thousands of orange men take to the streets for the annual July the 12th parades. The most expensive player in English football, Juan Ferron, is about to finalise his £24 million move to Manchester United. The Argentine midfielder successfully passed his medical yesterday, then paid a visit to the club's training ground. Graham Miller is at Old Trafford. Graham, has he signed yet?
Well, no, not yet, and we still haven't been given a reason why. We're led to believe there was no problem with the medical yesterday, and the delay is all about the detail and paperwork that has to be completed in a deal that's worth around £23 million. Now, remember, United are a listed club. They have to announce all these things first to the stock exchange. Hasn't happened yet. We're hoping it'll happen early this afternoon, at which point we'll be invited inside, and we'll see Mr. Veron in his new United shirt.
Yes, now the shirt he was wearing, as we saw him coming out just then, had a little discreet number 7 on it, which is David Beckham's number. He's not leaving, is he?
No, he's not. A bit of a hoo-ha when he was seen wearing 7. As you say, everybody knows David Beckham wears 7 at United. Simple solution, and it came from Albert Morgan, the kit man. It was for training purposes only. Bears no relation to squad numbers next season. Beckham, he says, often trains wearing 25. I can tell you one, Sebastian Veron will wear 23 next season. Beckham, of course, keeps his number 7 shirt on his back. I suppose it keeps us all interested till we get inside and see him.
Exactly. Thanks so much, Graham. I'll be back with the main headlines and the end of an institution as Richard and Judy leave this morning. They've been presenting it for 13 years. We'll be looking back at the highlights. But before that, we cross over to ITV newsrooms around the country.
Hello, good afternoon. This is the Lunchtime News from Meridian.
Two soldiers who were killed during a military training exercise on Salisbury Plain yesterday have been named. Lieutenant Paul Syred and Corporal Michael Patterson both died when their Challenger 2 tank overturned. Sangeeta Barbara reports.
The two soldiers were among 500 Army personnel taking part in a military training exercise at the village of Imber on Salisbury Plain. They were killed instantly after their Challenger 2 tank, similar to the one seen here, overturned. Two other soldiers suffered minor injuries. The Ministry of Defence has named the dead soldiers as 25-year-old Lieutenant Paul Syred from Cumbria and Corporal Michael Patterson, who was 28, married and originally from Strathclyde. They were both serving in A Squadron, 1st Royal Tank Regiment, based at Warminster in Wiltshire. The MOD has launched a full investigation into the accident. A spokesman today said troops taking part in yesterday's exercise were deeply shocked and saddened by the deaths, and that their thoughts were with the soldiers' families. Sangeeta Barbara for Meridian News.
A man has been killed in an accident involving a car and a motorbike in Hampshire. The victim, who was from Basingstoke, was part of a group of 3 motorcyclists travelling on the A339 near Sheldon last night. He was taken to the North Hampshire hospital but died later. Plans for the construction of a new terminal at Heathrow Airport have suffered another setback. A decision on whether Terminal 5 will go ahead has now been delayed for another 6 months. Under the original plans, building was supposed to be completed this month. Now it could be another year before work finally gets underway. A family from Reading has had a flare push through the letterbox. The marine flare filled the house in Tilehurst with thick orange smoke, causing thousands of pounds worth of damage, as Alex Rossi reports.
As Peter Ward surveys the damage, he knows things could have been much worse. When he and his family returned home from church, they were greeted by a ball of pungent orange smoke. Someone had pushed a lit marine flare through the letterbox. The house could have gone up in flames.
It was very disturbing. I couldn't work out who would have tried to do something like this, who would have wanted to do something like this.
Although the family's tried to clear up the mess, the carpets have been ruined and clothes are beyond repair.
I think the person who did this needs to be caught as soon as possible before they do something which could have worse consequences.
Police are treating the attack as attempted arson.
It could well be that it's children that are playing a prank. It could be that it's more serious than that, and it could be a sinister act by somebody who may have a grudge for the family.
The Wards are now trying to put the attack behind them, but fear if the culprits aren't caught soon, they could strike again. Alex Rossi in Reading for Meridian News.
Now, people in Bracknell are being treated to some live entertainment this afternoon at the town's first street festival. The event has been organised to promote the town and local talent. Well, our reporter Kay Oliver has been sampling some of that action. Kay.
For the next 4 weeks, Lunchtime in Bracknell is going to be a somewhat different event, perhaps a little bit more colourful. Street artists like Ian Crookshanks and his Gypsy Jazz. We've got Vi and Vi with their juicy tidbits of gossip.
All right, lovely today. Looks lovely today, doesn't it? Makes like $1 million. Yes, beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
All green and crinkly. And
yes,
thanks for that, girls. And we've also got Graham Mountford. He's the Town Centre Development Manager. Graham, tell me, what's all this in aid of?
Right, we have a 4-week programme called Street Life that's coming up starting today, every Thursday, Friday and Saturday, and we've got some of the cream of British street entertainers, theatre, art, drama, dance, music, you name it.
What does it mean for the town centre?
Well, it's a growing area in terms of getting people into the town, in terms of entertainers, and we've done various things in the past, events in the past, such as Bracknell Beach, which have brought people in. It's made them stay a lot longer and therefore spending more money, and created a wonderful atmosphere, and this event's designed to do exactly that.
Well, let's hope this lovely atmosphere continues. We're handing back now.
Thank you, Kay, very much indeed there in Bracknell. Moving on to sport, and in football, 16-year-old Sam Tillen from Newbury played the full 90 minutes for England's under-17s against Italy at Wigan last night. Sam, who plays for Chelsea's youth team, set up England's only goal of the game with this pass for Dorrell Profit to score. The home side went on to lose 2-1, but Tillen is expected to keep his place for Sunday's game against Brazil in the Tri-Nation tournament. Surrey's Alex Stewart has thanked both English cricket chiefs and the public for their support after being cleared of any involvement in match fixing. The former England skipper was told yesterday that there was no substantive evidence in the allegations that he took money from an Indian bookmaker in return for pitch and weather information. Well, it's our weather time now, and Martyn Davies has the details.
Good afternoon. It's another breezy day for most of us today, not quite as windy as yesterday was, and we still have that mixture of sunny spells and showers. Other people far worse off than us today. You can see on the satellite picture more general cloud and heavy rain across northern parts of Britain. And look just over northern France, not too far away, another area of low pressure and general rain moving across that part of the world just to the south of us. But in between the two, you can see the clouds are much more broken. We do have some sunny spells this afternoon, but also the threat of showers on and off through the afternoon as well. In the sunshine, temperature's not too bad, up to around 19 or 20 at best, but the showers will be quite sharp, I think, today, one or two more around than we saw yesterday. And overnight tonight, most of them will die away. We may just see the odd one lingering in the west of the region as temperatures fall back to about 10 or 11. And then tomorrow, well, the winds will be a little bit lighter, which I suppose is good news, but that means the showers will take longer to blow away, because it is going to be another day of bright spells and showers with temperatures back up to the high teens or maybe low 20s at best through the afternoon. 19, I think, for most of us tomorrow, and that's just 66. But the winds certainly are that little bit lighter. Looking a little bit further ahead, we'll find Saturday another showery day. There's more general rain passing just to the south. Let's hope it stays just to the south and leaves us with a mixture of bright spells and showers again on Saturday.
Martyn, thank you very much indeed for that. Just time to tell you what's coming up on Meridian tonight at 6. Should insurance companies have the right to use genetic tests when deciding on the cost of our cover? We'll have a special report. Well, that's all tonight at 6. There's more from us, of course, in our bulletin at 3 o'clock, and you can keep up to date on our website. That's meridiantv.com, meridiantv.com. But now it's back to ITN in London, and let's join John Suchet.
Hello again. They've been part of morning television for 13 years, as familiar in millions of households as morning coffee. They've seen off all the competition and achieved the rare status in television of becoming known just by their first names. As they began their last morning programme on ITV today, Richard asked Judy if there were any tears. No, not yet, she replied. Here's Samana Hack.
All right, 31:51.
Last-minute script checks before their final show. Over the past 13 years, Richard Madeley and Judy Finnegan have become the king and queen of daytime television. But now, after years of sofa, chat and interviews, the husband and wife team are saying goodbye to this morning.
Hello.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right?
I'm all right.
No tears?
No, not yet.
No?
No.
There were a few a minute ago. It's been 13 fantastic years. It's been a terrific ride. I mean, we've had a wonderful time. I mean, our brains are stuffed full of fantastic memories. And I think, most importantly, we formed a genuine bond with our audience.
And, of course, there'll now be a chance for a lie-in.
Neither of us morning people, and 13 years on, it doesn't really get any easier. So that is something we're really looking forward to.
Richard and Judy created memorable moments like these.
Is it OK if Ali, does the show with you today?
What, looking like that? I'm afraid not.
Oh, morning. Yes.
The couple said they wanted a new challenge. They'll have a new show on Channel 4 later in the year. But this morning, we'll be back in the autumn with some new faces. Samana Hack, ITN.
A reminder of the main news. Police in Northern Ireland are braced for more trouble as thousands of orange men take to the streets for the traditional July the 12th marches. And Michael Portillo has suffered a setback in his ambitions to become leader of the Conservative Party as MPs vote. A poll of constituency chairmen has found that the majority of them don't want him as party leader. That's the news. Next from ITN, the ITV Evening News at 6:30. I'll be back at the same time tomorrow. Till then, bye-bye.
Gas, electricity and telephone.
Good afternoon. I wouldn't stray too far from your waterproof over the next few days. There'll be some more of those sharp showers dotted around, but some sunshine in between. However, during the course of the weekend, there is a small risk of some more persistent and at times heavy rain brushing into the southeast. We'll keep you posted on that. But for the time being, sunshine and showers is the order of the day. Again, some of those showers quite heavy and possibly thundery. Cloudy skies across the bulk of Scotland with outbreaks of rain easing southwards into some northern counties of England too. Those strong winds slowly decreasing. A chilly night coming up. Most places becoming dry, but still some showery outbreaks feeding into the north and the west. Lowest temperatures around about 7 to 9 degrees. That's it. Here's a summary.
Powergen. Gas, electricity and telephone.
What's the real story behind the man they call Goran the Great?
Everything finished like a fairy tale.
After perhaps the most extraordinary victory in Wimbledon history, Trevor McDonald interviews Croatian Goran Ivanisevic in Tonight with Trevor McDonald, 10:20 ITV.
New for Saturday, Davina McCall hosts Oblivious, the game people play
without having any idea that they're doing it.
Then at 6:50, it's New You've Been Framed. At 7:30,
the greatest musical on earth,
A Stars in Their Eyes live final, with the winner announced later the same evening. At 9, how do you embarrass a celebrity?
And then I come home, and I'm Britney again.
The Way They Were 5. That's Saturday night from 6 on ITV.
In a moment, a look at the safety procedures for the dangerous animals on Aspinall's Animals.
Since we last visited Maureen Holder, she's discovered Benecol olive oil spread.
I wanted to reduce my cholesterol, which meant a healthier diet. Benecol spread has all the goodness of olive oil, and as well as that, it's proven to reduce cholesterol. I use it on my bread, which I have with most of my meals. I use it in sandwiches, and I use it in my cooking. It tastes delicious.
So you're happy with Benecol then?
Yes, I feel terrific. It really has worked for me.
Olive oil spread with Benecol, proven to reduce cholesterol.
When you're ready.
If you want to smell fresh and be at your best, there's something that's new. It's called Vaporess. It goes in your iron and works through the steam for long-lasting freshness. Oh, don't get too keen.
No. New Comfort Vaporess. Freshness from your iron.
Listen, girls, if you need car insurance, there's only 2 things you need to remember. 1, for a great price and an even better service, call Diamond. And 2, Diamond's phone number, 0800 36 24 36. Diamond. You see, they're special because they were created especially for women. So, girls, you could be in for cheaper car insurance. Call Diamond now on 0800 36 24 36. That's 0800 36 24 36. Do it now.
A magnet can help you turn a space into a place for less, because our half-price sale is now on, with an extra 10% off sale prices until Saturday, the 14th of July.
Apparently I've been patronising you.
Sometimes.
I've stuck my neck out for you.
There's a fine line.
You've bullied me. You hassled me. Stuck your nose in from day one. You haven't helped me one little bit.
Between friends.
I should have passed you up.
And enemies.
Back off.
The Bill, Friday at 9, ITV.
Why are you giving up?
Not giving up, I'm moving on.
Her head is saying one thing, her heart is saying another.
I want you to stay.
Well, I don't care what you want.
Their future rests on her shoulders. The man she loves, or the best man for the job.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that to sound so brutal.
No, you're right, it's not about what I want.
A dramatic series conclusion.
The department needs you.
A&E, tonight at 9, ITV.
While Kate seeks comfort from Billy, Patrick has a confession on Crossroads. That's in half an hour. First on Meridian, it's Aspinall's Animals.
Nick Marks has been in charge of John Aspinall's big cats at Howlett's Wild Animal Park for the past 30 years. Like Aspinall himself before he was ill, Marks believes that the relationships built up through these contact sessions lie at the heart of caring for these great and wild creatures.